Good morning, everyone. This video is particularly in continuation with the previous video in which we talked about the meaning and definition and the unique features of unit banking, which uniquely differentiates this type of banking system, that is unit banking, with other systems of banking, majorly the branch banking, right? So, particularly talking about this video, we have already seen the meaning, definition, and the concept and the unique features related with the unit banking. So we are going to take one by one the various merits which are related with the concept of this type of banking system, that is unit banking. Directly coming to the merits of the unit banking, we are just having a quick recap about what we have done, and then we'll be jumping directly to the merits of the unit banking. So if we talk about the concept or the basic definition of unit banking, so there are a few words which directly comes to our mind when we talk about this concept, that it is a type of bank under which the banking operations are carried by single branch or single office with having a geographical or limited geographical area, geographical reach, and their operations are limited. So this type of system has its origin in US, that is United States of America, right? These are the two definitions that we discussed. One with given by merriam-webster.com, that is the dictionary, again the free dictionary.com, that defines that these banking system are carried on by individuals without branches or corporate offices, right? Other multiple branches are not there as far as this system is concerned. Another, the free dictionary.com defines it like the government of that particular country restricts or does not permit a bank to open multiple branches or multiple offices. Thus, they are limited to a very limited geographical area. These were few of the unique features that may be on the meritorious side or on the negative side also. So, one or single office, limited geographical area, ownership structure mainly constitute the partnership, proprietorship, and can be the private stock companies or joint stock company, right? Then because of this limited approach, they have the limited capital, their size is small, and because of these limited capital and a smaller size, few people are concerned directly or indirectly related with. So ease of formation is also there, which leading to the limited scale of operation. And then we talked about the legal existence, therefore does not have any difference between the other branch banking, group banking, chain banking, and unit banking as far as the legal entities is concerned. So all the banking system are within the purview of the law and have and constitutes the legal entity in the eye of law, which makes the people having trust on the working culture, right? So these were few of the things, the unique feature that identifies uniquely, and we can have the comparative analysis between the different banking systems as far as these unique points are concerned. So these are few of the merits that we are going to discuss. So these are like the summary of these merits can be provided on a final line, that it does not have any problem of mismanagement, no delay in decision making, which means that quick decision making is also there, personal contact with the customers or personal approach is there, low overhead cost is being enjoyed by the unit banking, and people, the banker and the staff can take the initiative in bank businesses. No diseconomies of large scale of operations is one of the most important merit that is there related with these unit banking, and more operational freedom as far as the unit banking or unit system is concerned. So let us start with one by one, point by point detailed explanation with these points. So the very first merit, the very first advantage which is related with the unit banking system is that no problem of mismanagement. And when we are talking about mismanagement, why we are talking about like this particular point is that each bank is a small scale unit, hence there is no problem of mismanagement and supervision. Simply there are limited number of people. If there are limited number of people, no supervision is required, because a team of smaller people constitute the entire banking organization. A unit bank secures all the advantages of a small scale operations and hence there are less chances of mismanagement or incompetent management, because the higher the number of people, the more differences will be there, and more differences will lead to the complexities in taking in building the consensus. So problem of mismanagement is not there because of the less number of people who are concentrated, who are having their hold, or who are working as a team as far as this banking system or this unit banking is concerned, right? Now coming to the second point is no delay in taking decisions. If we try to compare this particular point and see the other forms of banking system, say for example like branch banking. So branch banking, there are multiple branches. When they have multiple branches, the Pan India organizational structure, there are a lot many hierarchies. So you start with the branch head, which is the head of the branch. Then we have cluster, because multiple branches are grouped together to form the cluster. And then similarly we have different clusters. So multiple clusters forming different circles. And then we can have the zones: north zone, south zone, east zone, and west zone. So zonal heads are also there. So what we mean by this particular point is that there is no these kind of structural and hierarchical rigidities as far as this unit bank is concerned, because there is only one office, no multiple branches are there. So the branch head, or any head by any technical name you can call it, or call him or her, so he or she will be the whole soul responsible for taking decisions. So he does not have to take prior approvals and approvals from the supervisors, because there is no supervisor as such, right? Or maybe they can be only one or two, or a few supervisor can be there. So it does not have to deal with the cluster head. Then cluster head is taking approval from the circle head, and then in particular cases you need to require the zonal head's approval, your branch banking head approval. So this will have the merit or the advantage on the unit banking as a concept, right? So this is, there is no delay in taking decisions. So quick decisions can be made because limited number of people and less hierarchical setup and structure is there. Again, the personal contact with the customers. So unit banking system being a small scale independent unit, first point. Second point is, though they do not have their operations in large geographical areas, since large geographical boundaries are not involved, so they can maintain good personal contacts with the customers for efficient management of the bank. Good personal contacts means that they understand the problems of that particular area in a better way than the person who does not belong to that area and he has been transferred to other position which he does not belongs to. So in that case, a personal repo, a personal contact with the localized customer can be easily developed. More, the staff can be more prone to the local problems, and in that way the flexibility can be achieved by the staff. So personal contact with the customer helps in the building the sales and generating revenues and building trust between the banker and the customers, that particular local place. Now, another point is low overhead cost. So when we're talking about low overhead cost is that in case of unit banking, if we talk about, the overhead cost will be low than in case of branch banking system. And what we mean by this, or we should discuss this particular point, let us understand what we mean by overhead. Overhead or overhead cost means that these are the various expenses which cannot be conveniently traced to or identified with any particular cost unit, like operating expenses such as labor. So since there are not many expenses, not many branches are there, so one cost is identified and related directly to one branch. So there is clear cut understanding that one branch is responsible for this much cost. So there it can be directly, we can talk about the cost, and since there are no multiple branches are there, can be easily understood, right? So low overhead cost is there. Another point is that initiative and bank business. And when we're talking about initiative in bank business, what we mean by this is, see, this point we have already taken care in the previous point also, that the unit banking system, the problems or the local problems are fully acquainted by the staff there, because the staff is maybe local, but they have the geographical reach, so they know that they need to concentrate mainly on this particular area because of the geographical reach, so they can take initiative in taking important decisions on the various issues confronting the bank. So what can be the local problems, whatever the local problems that the customers are facing there of that particular area, so the staff and the banker can easily go for the solution, go for providing the solution to the local people, to the local customers there, and they can have more elasticity, they can adopt more flexibility in their area of operations, right? So in this way, the bank business can really react to the local problems in much faster way, and that is absent in case of branch banking, because across India, across states, the all the branches of a bank need to follow the similar kind of policies. Whether you talk about west, the same kind of policies will be there. In contrary to the branches, they are having their offices in the east, north, or south of any country, or India, if we generally take an example. But since unit banking is having only one branch, one geographical area, so people, the staff, the banker can take up the local problems into consideration, and they can have their initiatives based on the local problems. So this we mean by the initiatives in the bank business. Then no diseconomies of large scale of operations, since unit banking is free from the diseconomies. And when we talk about diseconomies, is that large scale of operations are helpful to the branch banking, but when it comes to over exploitation or over crossing that particular large scale of economies, then there is a downward shift that is known diseconomies. So these diseconomies is or can be present to the branch banking. These diseconomies are not there in unit banking, but the advantages faced by branch banking is from the large scale of operation or large scale economies. So both ways this can be fruitful, and this can be on the negative side as well, because unit bank does not have the merits of enjoying the economies of large scale of operation which is enjoyed by the branch banking. But at the same time, the diseconomies which are faced by branch banking are not faced by unit banking. So problems of large scale of operations are generally experienced by the branch banking, but these problems are not faced by the unit banking, right? Again, point is more operational freedom. So when we're talking about the more operational freedom, is that there is only one bank, there is only one branch, so managers of the unit banking system are given more discretionary power. Discretionary power means that they can take up their decisions more quickly and as per the requirement, or they can customize the things, they can take up their decision as far as the local requirements are there, because they need not to take the approvals from the cluster heads, the circle heads. Yes, they need to abide by the laws, but there is no rigidity as such that they need to follow that particular pattern, and they will be seeking approvals, and that will be time taking process. So more discretionary powers are handed over to the staff of the unit banking, right, so that they can study the problems of the local customers, and they can provide better services, better solutions on their merit to the local people, right? Now these are few of the advantages, these are few of the merits which are the unique points which are only and only available to the unit banking. With these words, I'm winding up the merits of the unit banking. In the next video, we will be continuing with the demerits which are faced by the unit banking system. Till then, thank you everyone. Take care.